Hello everyone, welcome back to today's class. Dear student, in this class I am going to start 10th standard mathematics first chapter, that is arithmetic progression. So first let us see what are all the topics we have to study under this chapter are. The first we have to know about introduction, and next arithmetic progression, and next nth term of an AP, and last topic is sum of first n terms of an AP. And also we are going to solve problems on these topics. Now first let us see introduction about this chapter. Here first we have to know about sequence. First let us see the definition of sequence. Arrangement of numbers according to a particular rule is called a sequence. It means to become sequence there should be arrangement of numbers, and this arrangement should not be random. There should be a particular rule. Let us see a few examples. Example 1. Here I have taken 2, 4, 6, 8, so on. Can you guess what would be the rule behind this set of numbers? Yes, here I have taken a set of even numbers. You can easily guess here 2, 4, 6, 8 are even numbers. Hence, the rule behind this set is even numbers. Let's see another example. 1, 4, 9, 16. Now can you guess what is the rule behind this set of numbers? Yes, here I have taken a set of square numbers. If I make 1 square, I'll get 1, 2 square, I'll get 4, 3 square, 9, 4 square, 16. It means the rule behind this set of number is square number. Let's see another example. Here I have taken 4, 9, 14, 19. Now what could be the rule? Yes, first I have written 4 as it is, and for 4 I added 5, hence I have got 9, and for 9 I added 5, I got 14, and for 14 I added 5, hence I have got 19. Next let us see one last example. 4, 20, 100. Here first I have taken 4, and for 4 I multiplied 5, I have got 20, and for 20 I multiplied 5, hence I have got 100. It means what are all the set of numbers I have taken here, these numbers I have not arranged in random way. There is a particular rule for these set of numbers. Hence, these set of numbers we call it as sequence. This is the introductory part for this chapter, children. Next, let us move on to arithmetic progression. Here, first we wanted to understand about the definition of arithmetic progressions. Understanding the definition is very important. So for that, first let me take example. See here, I have taken an example 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Can you guess what is the rule behind this number now? You may in confusion because continuous numbers I have taken. Yes, let me give another example. See here 5, 10, 15, 20. At least can you guess now? Yes, in the first example, for the first number I added 1, hence I got 2. And for 2 I added 1, I have got 3. And for 3 I added 1, I have got 4. Similarly, in the second example, first I have taken 5, and for 5 I added 5, I have got 10. And for 10 I added 5, I got 15. And for 15 I added 5, I have got 20. Next let us see another example, children. See here I have taken set of 3s, only 3, 3, 3 present. Now first number I have taken 3, and for 3 I added 0. Again I got 3, again I added 0, I have got 3 only, and it is repeated. It means here also I am adding a number, that is 0. Next, let us take fourth example, children, and in this, little be careful. See, first number I have taken 100. It means first I have taken 100 and later on I added minus 30 for that. So that you wanted to write like this, 100 plus of minus 30. So this gives plus 70 answer for us. It means for every number in the example 4, I am adding minus 30. For 100, if you add minus 30, you will get 70. For 70, add minus 30, we get 40. And for 40, you add minus 30 and we get 10. And it goes on like that. Now see, these are the examples for arithmetic progression. Now can you guess the definition of arithmetic progression? Yes. Let us see the definition now. An arithmetic progression is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term except the first term. It means, look at the first example, children. Here, this set we have obtained by adding fixed number. What is the fixed number we added in the example 1? That is 1. 1 we added for preceding term. Preceding term means it is behind the term, not after the term, before term. I repeat again, preceding term means it is before term, not the after term, except the first term. See, in the first example, first term I have taken as it is. Now what is the fixed number added for 1? That is 1 only, hence I have got 2. And for 2 I added 1, I have got 3, and for 3 I added 1, I have got 4. Similarly, in the second example, what is the fixed number added? 5. So first number I written as it is 5, and for 5 I added 5, I have got 10, and for 10 added 5, I have got 15, and it goes on like that. Similarly, in third as well as in fourth example. So here, what you wanted to keep it in the mind is the definition of arithmetic progression. Next, let us see some important things here, children. Understanding is very important here. See, I have taken here one AP, that is 5, 10, 15, 20, so on. In this, 5 is the first term. So first term we can write it as A1. Otherwise, we can write just as A also, the first term. And second term we can write it as A2. Third term we can write it as A3. Similarly, fourth term as A4, 10th term as A10, 100th term as A100, and the last term we write it as AN, and last term we read it as nth term. But in this example, last term I have not taken. If there is a last term, that we write it as AN and it is read as nth term. So after this, one more important thing here is the fixed number is called the common difference, and it can be calculated by D is equals to A2 minus A1. Children, this is very, very important. See, in the last slide, I have taken 5 examples for AP. In each and every example, we added a fixed number to get the next terms. So that fixed number here we call it as common difference, and it is denoted by small letter D. How to calculate the D means this is the formula A2 minus A1. For example, look at the example what I have taken here. In this, what is the second term? Second term is 10. Hence, in the place of A2 write 10 minus what is the first term? First term is 5. So now subtract 10 minus 5. How much you will get? We will get that 5. Therefore, 5 is the common difference for this AP. Isn't it? Now check it out. For 5 added 5, I got 10. And for 10 added 5, I have got 15. And for 15 added 5, I have got 20. And there is another formula also to find D, children. But normally we use this. So to find D, we can take difference of any two consecutive numbers. See here, you can find A3 minus A2 also. Otherwise, you can find A4 minus A3 also. Otherwise, A7 minus A6. But normally, we do second term minus first term. And here there is a note, children. Common difference can be positive, negative, or 0. See, this we seen in the last slide. Common difference was positive. See, here also common difference is positive for this example. And negative. So last example what I have given for AP, their common difference was negative, minus 30 we added. And 0 also can be common difference. One example I have given 3, 3, 3, 3. In that common difference is 3. So next let us see another important thing, that is general form of AP. This is very, very important, children. So that is A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, so on. So what is A? Already I said A means first term. Now A plus D means that is the second term. So how I got this A plus D means, look at this example, children. So here what I did is, first I have taken 5, isn't it? So this is the first term. Next 10, how I have got, that is first term plus, for this common difference I added, common difference also 5 is here. So 5 plus 5 gives 10. And for third term, how I have got A plus 2D. So how we got A plus 2D is, first term is 5 plus 2 times of the D. What is the D here? 5 only. So 5 will be as it is, plus 2 5s are how much? That is 10. So 5 plus 10 gives 15. So like this we have got third term. So fourth term, how can we write? That is A plus 3D. Fifth term, how can you write? A plus 4D. 10th term, how can you write? A plus 9D. 20th term, how can you write? A plus 19D. So this is called general form of AP. I repeat again, children, this is very, very important. A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, so on. Next, let us move on to types of arithmetic progressions. There are two types. First one is finite AP. Finite means countable. Hence, an AP having countable number of terms is a finite AP. Let's see the example. See in the first example, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many terms are there? 4 terms are there. Hence it is finite AP. Second example, 5, 10, so on, 30 there. By seeing this symbol, you don't confuse children as uncountable numbers. See, wherever nth term means last term is present, all those APs are example for finite AP. Next is infinite AP. An AP having uncountable numbers of terms is an infinite AP, means which is containing uncountable number of terms. Example, 3, 3, 3, 3, so on. How many times 3's are present here? We cannot count. Why? Because last term is not there. If there is a last term, easily you can count out. So next one, see here, 5, 10, 15, 20, so on. Till how long? We don't know. Hence, these kind of examples are, these kind of APs are example for infinite APs. Dear students, I hope you have understood this concept. In the next class, we solve the problems on this concept. Thank you.